Plaza were not what Mr. and Mrs. Jacobs had in mind for their elegant party. On top of the meal problem, the pretty birthday cake Lexi had ordered from the same caterer was also a no-show. It was going to be beautiful, a huge black and white polka-dotted cake topped with a big pink fondant bow. Thankfully, Lexi's friend Jamie, a pastry chef, just starting her own business, had saved the day by whipping up several cakes for her that morning. They were nothing like the amazing creation she'd originally planned, but at least it was cake. Unfortunately, those cakes had also made Lyssa Jacobs cry since they weren't the beautiful cake she'd expected. Mrs. Jacobs sat next to her husband, who had refilled his glass of scotch for about the 100th time that night. As Lexi leaned away, a man in a dark suit approached her. "You're the event planner?" he asked. "Yes, Lexi Mannis." She extended her hand to shake his. "I'm the head of security," he said. "We're going to move the gifts to a more secure location." "I'm sure they're fine here," she said, "but okay." She needed to get the cake with the candle ready to bring out. After a big production of guests singing along to Happy Birthday played over the sound system, a still miserable Mrs. Jacobs blew out the single sparkler. A swarm of servers descended to cut and serve the cakes. Luckily, they were delicious, red velvet with cream cheese frosting, her friend Mac's favorite. Maybe she could scrounge a piece to take home, since he was coming over tomorrow. Lexi's nerves started to settle. As the time neared for Mrs. Jacobs to open her gifts, she went in search of the security guy who'd moved them. But nobody at the club knew who she was talking about. "We don't have security staff," the assistant manager told her. Their eyes met, and Lexi's insides seized again as fear turned her blood to ice water. Staff members helped her look, but the gifts were nowhere to be found. Pressure built behind her cheekbones, and she fought back tears. This could not be happening. "There has to be some mistake," she said to the assistant manager. "Please, tell me someone didn't just steal all the gifts." He frowned, looking as ill as she felt. "It kinda looks that way." Oh, shit. Shit, shit, shit. How was she going to tell Mrs. Jacobs about this? She resisted the urge to make a run for it. That would be much easier, but she couldn't do that, or she'd never get another job again. Although that might happen anyway, after this epic disaster. They had to call the police, of course, which totally put a damper on the rest of the evening. Guests started leaving, muttering to themselves, while Mrs. Jacobs locked herself in a bathroom stall, crying again. By the time she was ready to go home, Lexi's head was pounding. She dealt with the police and the staff at the club and attempted to soothe Mrs. Jacobs. There wasn't anything more she could do. In the cloakroom, she set down her purse, her toolkit, and the small box with the piece of red velvet cake in it for Mac, then tugged her coat from a hanger. She wearily slipped her arms into it, eager to get home and forget about the disastrous evening. Lifting her hair from beneath the collar, she turned to see Mr. Jacobs swaying on his feet and eyeing her with a look that made a shiver crawl down her spine. She forced a smile. "I'm sorry again, Mr. Jacobs." He moved closer, and she stepped back. And stepped back again. "This party was a disaster," he said. Then he reached for her. Her heart leaped into her throat, and her eyes flew open wide. She smacked his hands away, stumbling back, but she hit the wall. "What are you doing?" "I'll still pay your bill," he said, "if you do what I want. Right now." "What? What do you want?" Adrenaline surged through her veins, making her knees wobble and her hands shake. "You." He leaned in and tried to kiss her. Ack! She turned her